Hello everyone, welcome to the first episode of DramaCast. In this series, we discuss dramas. Eventually, this series will be in a live streaming format, and we will have a couple more channel members here as well. But for now, we will just be using this format. So what drama are we going to start this series off, you ask? Well, we will be starting off with True Beauty. For anyone who doesn't know the TV schedule, new episodes are airing every Wednesday and Thursday at around about 10 p.m. Korean Standard Time on TVN and Viki. But for English subtitles, you will have to wait a good 12 hours, even longer for other languages. For example, on the second episode right now, you still can't get full Spanish subs. This video will contain spoilers for episode 1 and 2 of True Beauty, so if you have not watched them, then go do so and come back here. This series is going to be a bit more casual than ones like K-Breakdown, so don't expect this to sound super formal. This is supposed to be more conversation-like. Also, do take out the time to comment your thoughts on the episodes. I'll read out whatever comments I get here in the next episode, so do take out the time. With all that said, my name is Sua, and let's get into it. Okay, we are going to start off every video with a recap of the 2 episodes, so we can refresh our brains and hopefully have a laugh. So the first episode starts off with young Ji-kyung, who seems to have been getting negative comments about her appearance ever since she was out of the womb, even by her friends and family. She likes watching cartoons, you know the ones, where the characters transform from being average people to superheroes, like Sailor Moon, Winx Club, or most of the popular cartoons in the 90s and early 2000s. She decided that she wanted to be like these characters. When she grew up, it seemed like she was going through a emo phase. Horror comics and heavy metal rock music was her life. She also has a friend whom I've named I'm Not Sure Girl, but unfortunately for Ji-kyung, this friend eventually ends up betraying her. Before this, Ji-kyung wants to confess to her crush, but some bullies stuff this up and Ji-kyung is left heartbroken. Later that day, she sees an ad about a celebrity who died. Upon seeing this, she decides that she is going to live. But no problem, our male lead, Soo-oh, swoops in and saves her anyway, but in the process, Ji-kyung loses her glasses. To which she said this quote, which I can relate to on a spiritual level. "It hasn't been long since I lost my new glasses. My mum's going to kill me." Later she's on her phone and discovers the world of makeup. But at first, it doesn't go well. Despite this, she kept practicing and eventually mastered a new art. While this is happening, her family is forced to move, which to Ji-kyung's delight means that she gets to switch schools. Once she moves schools, she is suddenly praised for her good looks, and to absolutely no one's surprise, Soo-oh, the man who saved her, also attends the school. But she does not know that because, if you remember, she lost her glasses, so she was as blind as a bat, just like me every morning. Soo-oh also doesn't recognize Ji-kyung because of the heavy makeup she is wearing. Then it turns out that Soo-oh likes horror emo comics as well. So inevitably, the two end up meeting at a bookstore when Ji-kyung is not wearing any makeup. Episode 2 starts off with a really funny scene of Ji-kyung's facial recognition on her phone not working because she was not wearing any makeup. But then we go back to where we left off in episode 1. Ji-kyung attempts to lie about her age but fails miserably. But this does not matter because she ultimately ends up running out of the store anyway. Then she gets back home and her brother makes a snarky comment about there being no way that she met someone from school at a bookshop when she was barefaced because this isn't a drama. Meanwhile, Soo-oh recognizes her from the rooftop and wonders why she ignored him at the bookshop. The next day, Ji-kyung goes back to school when we find out that her older sister has a crush on some random man she just saw playing with kids. After the school day, Ji-kyung goes to a makeup store where she stumbles into her bullies from her old school. So she runs away from the situation again. She seems to like doing that a lot. As she is running away, she nearly gets hit by a handsome man who is getting chased on a motorbike. After a chase scene, Jikung runs away for the third time this episode and accidentally takes the handsome guy's helmet. Meanwhile, Suo's father comes to visit him after being overseas to, quote, be forgotten. Suo does not seem to like the fact that he is back, as he does not want to be known as his son. The next day, Suo and Jikung end up meeting again at the bookstore. This time, Jikung doesn't run away. She thinks that Suo recognizes her from school, but Suo actually only recognizes her from the rooftop. It turns out that they are both horror comic book nerds, and Ji-kyung has a book that Suo really wants to have. So in an attempt to get his hands on the book, he signs an agreement to not tell anyone her, quote, secret, and also gets her food and drink. Ji-kyung promises that she will give him the book on Monday, and wishes Suo a happy birthday. On Monday, the handsome guy on the motorbike rocks up at school, aka Soo-jun, who also turns out to be Suo's ex-friend. During the school day, Ji-kyung tries to give Suo the book, but fails as he does not recognize her with makeup on. At the end of the day, Suo and barefaced Ji-kyung meet up and have a pretty funny scene on Ji-kyung's part. The next day, Ji-kyung gets hit in the face by a cake at school when her friend and friend's boyfriend celebrate 100 days of their relationship. She practically looked like the aftermath of what Namjoon would have looked like in Spring Day. But no worries, back for round 2, our male lead comes and saves her again, and that is where episode 2 ends. Just as a side note, I have not read the webtoon, and I know that there are others watching the drama that have not, so please, if you have read it, don't spoil anything. It's obvious that this drama will have a huge love triangle. It will definitely be the main focus down the line. Personally, I do like love triangles as long as they're done properly. The triangle has to come from somewhere. It's too early to tell if this triangle will be good or not. Suo's past also looks pretty promising. It's probably the thing that will at least attempt to give the drama more depth. Their teacher, I forget his name, but he is so chill. His jokes or comments aren't that smart, but they're witty enough for me to laugh at. Like when he said, "Hey, you are all beautiful to me," when the class was discussing their attractiveness level. As soon as he said that, I knew exactly what type of character he would be. I also think that Suo will fall for the non-makeuped Ju-kyung before he even starts thinking about the makeuped one. But now we need to get into the obvious. When will Suo connect the dots? I'm putting my bets on episode 5. He will get suspicious in episode 3 and 4, because in the preview for episode 3, he started thinking about the two's similarities. But I don't think that they will have him know for sure until at least episode 5. And what's probably going to confirm his suspicions will be her phone number. Because somehow he got it, and he's probably going to ask for it again for, let's say, a school project, and Ji-kyung will forget that he already has it, so she'll give it to him, and he will realize that it's the same number, and boom, case closed. But what if there is going to be a twist, and Suo has known Ji-kyung for years, and he was just putting up an act for her sake? Or maybe he has been following her since he saved her. Also, why was he even on the rooftop? Was it just a coincidence? Or was he following her? What if the reason he was so harsh to her after he saved her was not because he couldn't save someone? What if it was because he knew her all along? I am having way too much fun theorizing right now. Honestly, we are going to have to wait and see. Most of my commentary or complaints probably won't come until we get further into the drama. So far, I am intrigued. These 2 episodes have set the tone and given us enough exposition. I am also relieved so far. This drama does not seem too alike to My ID's Gundam Beauty, which I expected that it would because the plot points are very similar, and Eunwoo is the male lead for both of them. But so far, they do seem quite different, so I'm not that worried. With all that said, we have made it to the end of this video. If you would like to support us here at the Bias channel, then please consider subscribing and liking this video. Or you could even join our Discord server, where there are discussion channels focused on K-pop, J-pop, K-drama, and anime. There are also a variety of games for you to test your knowledge on your favorite themes. You are guaranteed a good time. If you enjoyed this video, then you can look forward to our next DramaCast episode, hopefully coming out next Friday, or tune into our variety of podcasts, reviews, discussions, live streams, analysis, and comedy series right here on YouTube. Thank you for watching and have a great day.
I'm gonna go, guys. Bye. Good night.